Okay, so this is Resident Evil Showcase. I haven't seen this. I was busy today. I was at the studio and then I was streaming the mini golf charity thing. Yesterday we watched the Silent Hill one, which was iffy at times. But I am, as you know, a bigger Resident Evil fan than I am a Silent Hill fan. And I love Silent Hill, don't get me wrong, but Resident Evil 4 in particular is very, very close to my heart. And I have the jacket now, as you know. I'll be honest, I was gonna face cam this with the jacket on. Not live, I would have pre-recorded it, but you know. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 did not need a remake.
Company? How on earth did
It didn't, but we'll talk about it after the thing.
Please don't fret. I have no intention of making a meal of you.
Also, I enjoyed Resident Evil 8 quite a bit.
Duke. I am but a humble merchant, purveyor of goods to lords and ladies, prophets and priestesses. I do so strive to please my patrons. I hope we can become well acquainted. But of course it is not I who is on display here, but rather the wares on offer for you. I deal in all manner of commerce, but today I trade in knowledge. This place is a veritable hoard of information, gathered
Resident Evil
all throughout
library.
the realms of man. The more hard-won the knowledge, the higher the price. But you look like you're well aware of the
I don't think the Duke is selling NFTs.
Well, since we're here,
No, Lord of the Rings NFTs are a thing though. Now, they're turning the whole movie into an NFT.
Take a gander.
Cool, right? Pumpkins. Isn't this the end of the Winter's Tale?
Happy half-birthday, Rose.
When did Resident Evil 8 came out last year, right? It kind of feels like it was earlier this year.
I'll always be there for you, no matter what.
God damn, what is time? But yeah, here's the third person mode. You will never see Ethan's face.
You are my precious Rose.
And I didn't care. So long as we were together.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. I love you.
I mean, they have ripped the model already, and it was just void. But if you extrapolate this face mixed with her mother's face, you can get Ethan's face. It just takes a little bit more work.
Sometimes, when I feel lost or afraid, I try to imagine what he might have said to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's mushroom magic, chat.
Your imminent demise is inevitable.
New mask on the Duke.
I love you, and I won't let anything happen to Rose.
I've got this!
I'm calling it Rose is going to be a villain in a future Resident Evil. You know, chat, I don't know if I can play this Halloween. I might try to.
I'm Kento Kinoshita, the director of
Yeah,
the Winter's Expansion.
I've got this.
Ethan gave his life to protect Rose. And in the end, you see how she's grown. What kind of person is 16-year-old Rose? That's what we wanted to explore, so we decided to have her at that age in this expansion.
So is this future or is this present? I don't know what year Resident Evil 8 took
Said you had
place.
something important to tell me?
She's trying to get rid of her unwanted
Future.
powers. But to do that, she is forced to return to the origin of her misfortune. We thought that concept had a lot of potential for an interesting story. So the setting this time is the realm of consciousness, going back one more time to that village.
Not to reuse assets.
The word nightmare is synonymous with fear. For instance, if you've ever had a childhood fever that caused a nightmare, even if they only last for an instant, like the feeling of being attacked by a giant doll, or something else similarly so completely unrealistic, can remain as a fragment of a memory for the rest of your life.
Oh, they're going like
I wanted the core of
surreal.
the feeling of fear
Okay.
to come from the kind of memories and nightmares that still haunt people to this day.
Heather versus Rose, go.
We wanted to choose characters that would interest people who didn't play the Mercenaries mode, but would be interested in playing a different type of character.
You can play as Heisenberg. Lady
There are characters
Dimitrescu.
called Lords, and playing as them allows you to perform amazing skills and attacks that a regular human could not. Being able to play them was more fun, so that's why we chose those characters.
Well, that's a good enough reasoning for me. Can Lady D smother her
We balanced
opponents?
things to ensure that as little time as possible was spent waiting for enemies to appear. For instance, if a player doesn't finish off an enemy, it will
Lady
chase
D will.
after the player. We made adjustments like this to raise the tempo and increase the fun of defeating enemy after enemy.
What? Child, what are you talking about? Don't worry about it. Come on. Huh?
In an FPS,
No respect,
you
huh?
experience the game world as if it's through your own eyes. So it can be incredibly scary to play a horror game from that perspective. There are some players out there who might find it too scary or experience motion sickness in the first-person perspective. They might not enjoy the FPS genre. So we wanted to make a third-person mode
mean,
for those players.
If it's
To enjoy the game
well
to its
developed and
fullest.
feels as good as Resident Evil 4 and like 2 Remake,
While
then
there's
yeah.
still a sense of immersion and fear with a third-person perspective, when the player character dies, it doesn't feel as much like you yourself are dying. And you can enjoy playing it as a game to confront the fear that it creates, which is a very different experience.
I mean,
I think third-person mode is a perfect way for people to return to Resident Evil Village.
maybe.
As
I'm
both a game
curious to see
and
what
an
kind of
experience.
controls it's going to
Wouldn't
have.
it be
How's it
okay
going
to show Ethan's face?
change the
I
gameplay?
gave that question some thought. So even in
know
third-person
how.
mode, if you try to turn the camera to see his face, Ethan will look away. And you're not quite able to get a good look.
They are just fucking with us at this
Each
point.
of the 3 editions are interesting in their own way, and we hope you really enjoy the expansion. Please look forward to it. Thank you.
I don't know if I'm going to replay it. I'm not
Now
going to
we have
replay it
an
in third
amazing
person, but I
announcement for you.
appreciate the
Starting
option.
today, a demo for the third-person mode will be available. Here is
60
the release
minutes.
date and platforms for the demo.
Okay.
This demo can be played for a total of 60 minutes in third-person mode, or the previously existing first-person mode.
All right. That's nice. I mean, I would try the demo maybe, but
No, doesn't change anything.
Been a while since we fought to get
wait,
the
Carlos
capture.
from Resident Evil 3?
Doing
Oh no,
nothing
that's
but
Chris
recon's
Redfield.
gotten me out of shape.
Let's have some fun, people.
Move out.
Yes, sir. Okay.
What is this Imagine Dragons-esque music happening now? They really just keep trying to do the multiplayer in Resident Evil. They love it. I mean, I liked raid mode from Resident Evil Revelations. Mercenary mode was fun too, but raid mode was... Did they announce this?
Resident Evil RE-verse is free content for
this-
those who own Resident Evil Village or Resident Evil Village Gold Edition.
Oh yeah, I remember they
This
did
game
announce
has
this.
crossplay, and you can fight players across all platforms. Those who already own Resident Evil Village will be able to participate in the early access period starting October 24th. Additionally, updates are planned for Resident Evil RE-verse after it has been officially released. Here are some details for the early access and update.
Will this last longer than the Final Fantasy Battle Royale? Silent Hill F developers are doing this. Okay, they're busy.
Resident Evil Village will be playable on even more platforms.
Cloud on Switch.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jeremy Sandmel, and I'm part of the GPU software team at Apple. During the keynote at our Worldwide Developers Conference, Capcom announced Resident Evil Village will be coming to the Mac later this year and will take full advantage of the power and performance of Apple Silicon. We couldn't be more excited that the game
Macs
will
are
be
still
available
around?
to Mac users around the world beginning Friday,
I'm just
October
being a jerk.
28th. Resident Evil Village is the first project based on Capcom's RE engine to support the Mac and runs natively on Apple Silicon. And since the game is optimized to take advantage of Metal 3 features like Metal Effects upscaling, gameplay is incredibly responsive, with high frame rates and beautiful visuals. This means that every Mac, from MacBook Air to Mac Studio, will be
Registered
able to play
trademark.
Resident
Registered
Evil
trademark.
Village with ease. Stay tuned for more information soon.
Registered trademark.
Hello everyone, I am Midoro from Ubitus.
I don't know those. What do you mean? What are these words?
It is a great honor to be taking part in this global project of the Resident Evil franchise on cloud with Capcom. With the launch of the cloud version, not only fans from Japan, but from all over the
fans
world
from Japan.
can play the game on Nintendo Switch.
Lady D's got an
without thinking
OnlyFans?
about the
Confirmed.
download time.
Holy shit, what an announcement.
The application size is small, but the users can experience smooth gameplay of up to 60 FPS while playing it in multiple modes that Nintendo Switch offers, such as TV mode, tabletop mode, and handheld mode.
It is great to be able to focus on the gameplay without thinking about storage space or the download time.
Yeah, but what's the
You can
responsiveness?
also check your network environment by playing the demo before you pre-order or purchase the game.
Don't lose internet.
The game can be
The game is
pre-ordered or
actually
purchased
not
after
Resident
you
Evil
play
8.
the
It's called
demo.
Don't Lose Internet.
This is to make sure that those who are playing a cloud game for the first time or may have concerns can test it and enjoy the game.
With 5G mobile network technology being so widespread recently, the barrier between installing the game and playing it on
That's
cloud
also
is
why I'm
getting
growing a
smaller
tentacle.
and smaller.
We
Yeah.
hope you will enjoy it.
It's true.
And marvel at the technology of cloud gaming as well as its future through the release of Resident Evil Village Cloud.
Resident Evil
good.
Village Cloud will be available on October 28th.
I mean, I get it,
The
making it
Winter's
available on
expansion
more
DLC will
platforms,
follow on December 2nd.
but I still don't know how I feel about cloud gaming.
RE2 Cloud will launch on November 11th.
And again, I've
followed
never
by
really
the
done cloud.
RE3
I might have
on
tried it
November
once years ago, so it's probably
RE7
better by
Cloud
now.
will be
But
available
I'm
on
good.
December 16th.
I know Google is leading the way with cloud gaming. I wonder how Stadia is going to do.
How delightful.
Yeah, he knows.
Such delectable information ought to be savored. What's that? You want more? What a greedy thing you are. No, it's quite all right. I love to see a healthy appetite. I'll do my best to sate your hunger. Come, have a look at this.
It's me. Okay, so as stated, this did not need a remake. If you play this with the HD texture pack, it plays really great. I just played the randomizer a little bit recently, and it was still as phenomenal as ever. This is a top 10 game for me of all
I'm the
time.
producer
So
of
this has
Resident
got
Evil
to
4,
be good.
Yoshiaki Hirabayashi. I'm here today to deliver the newest information about the title. First, please enjoy this new gameplay footage.
All right. Pause. Get that off the screen. Okay. I need to see this. I need to know. Oh. I need to immerse myself. Oh. 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 Oh man. I'll admit I am very used to Leon's face looking a certain
Anyone
way.
home?
Same for James Sunderland. But, you know, the environmental details are unfucking believable. Oh my god. This fucking engine is no joke. Also, what a cool jacket that is. I'm so... I just won't wear it out. Because I feel like a fucking nerd.
Hey.
Gonna have to get used to Leon's new voice actor again.
I read you. What's your situation? What the hell's going on?
So it's more of a reimagining, it looks like. It's not a one-to-one remake. So kind of like Resident Evil 2 to Resident Evil 2. And I am more than okay with that.
No fucking way.
Okay. So are they doing more of a survival horror thing as opposed to the action survival horror of RE4? Guess we'll find out. Is RE4 good for people new to the series? Yes. But it's not indicative of the whole series. It's just a great game.
This is Condor 1.
Hunnigan here. What's your sit rep?
President's daughter, Baby Eagle. It's likely she's in the village.
This is a new type of
Our intel was
cutscene.
correct then. Well done.
Something's happened to the people here. My escorts are...
Here's Johnny! Oh yeah, look at that. There's the village.
Holy shit.
I want to hear. Are you stop? They did it. Yes, it's that mechanic. Bill me for the repairs later. Okay, it's got a sense of humor. That's good. Because the tone for Resident Evil 4 is very specific, and I want it retained as much as possible. I am really, really impressed. Resident Evil 4 has very specific gameplay quirks, like comboing enemies into each other to make them fall down, to give you time to get away and reload. So I know this is gonna feel different, but I am open to this. If Capcom is putting their A game into this, then... Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh, nice. You can head stab them. That's cool. I don't believe that knife is that strong. Adamantium knife.
What did you think? As you just saw,
yeah, I want this.
We are paying respect to the original game's world, while implementing new ideas and state-of-the-art graphics to strengthen the core concepts of the title.
I think I believe him, too. I kind of...
think this game will provide a fresh experience, with a sense of familiarity if you played the original, that both newcomers and veterans to Resident Evil 4 will enjoy.
No fucking way.
The Ganados will have all new ways to attack. They are closing in on Leon during his mission and will attack with an even greater variety of methods than in the original release.
I love
Leon
the kick.
fights back with firearms,
I'm so happy
close
it's back.
combat maneuvers, a newly added parry using his knife, and more.
All right, well,
Resource management and upgrade elements are critical for survival. Just as in the original, using the attaché case effectively will be key. In addition to managing the weapons
note that
and
the
items
knife
you carry
is
and
its own
synthesizing
item.
herbs, this also allows you to craft ammunition and other items.
So you have to like find different knives and stuff, I guess. Welcome,
stranger.
Of course, we can't forget the merchant.
Something new for you.
You can purchase weapons and items and customize them to suit your playstyle.
You can upgrade your knife.
We've also added a trade mechanic where rare gems you've collected can be exchanged for special items.
You can't go wrong with that.
Okay.
We are
Different
rebuilding
merchant.
the original game while respecting its core experience, adding new ideas
combo.
and
You
modernizing
can like
the playfield.
rather deflect with your knife. I didn't notice that before.
Now I'd like to share some
But this
new
not the
information
knife.
regarding this product's release. We announced that Resident Evil 4 will also be available on PlayStation 4, in addition to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S, and PC. The PlayStation 4 version can be upgraded to the PlayStation 5 digital version at no additional cost. I'd like to introduce two other editions
Keep it next
we're
gen.
preparing
We're
for players looking for more than the standard
We've been
edition.
like 3 years into current gen.
The first is the Deluxe Edition, which will be available for all platforms. This includes additional content such as
What is this
costumes,
himbo outfit?
special weapons, a treasure map, and more.
that,
Next is the physical-only Collector's Edition.
Winchester.
This edition
What's the name of
includes
it?
the contents of the Deluxe Edition, as well as a Leon figure, a special map, art book, soundtrack, and more.
Fuck.
Also, pre-orders start today. If you pre-order the standard edition,
Oh,
you'll
God,
receive
so much
the
pre-order
attaché
shit.
case gold and special charm handgun ammo.
Capcom actually is pretty good to me. They do send me codes from time to time.
You'll receive the standard edition pre-order bonuses, as well as attaché case classic and special charm green herb.
Okay. Charms is
If you
Call of Duty.
pre-order the digital version on the PlayStation Store, you'll receive a mini soundtrack. You can secure these bonuses by pre-ordering Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, I just want that collector's
Thank
edition
you for watching so far.
because I am consume.
We are working hard to create a game that everyone will enjoy.
2023
look forward to
holiday
it.
season.
Before I go, we have one more update for you. Let's take a look.
Comes out in March. Oh no shit, March 2020. That soon? They're kind of doing the March release for a number of Resident Evil. They did that with 8. Was that Ashley?
You're here looking for someone? Maybe. Some missing señorita?
Oh hey, Lewis.
Ashley, where are you?
Ooh, I like that skull room.
Your soul requires cleansing.
Ashley Graham, are you in here?
Just let me go.
Listen. I'm hearing the president's orders and
What is that?
Outfit change.
What do we do?
The last men are escaping.
we need to go.
No, you will never hear about ballistic missiles again,
You
chat.
can stop right there.
Ada, who are you? And what are you doing here?
My faithful disciple will show her the path.
Ashley, run!
I love how that troll is just the troll from Lord of the Rings.
Shall overflow with his grace.
Oh god, Salazar.
Now,
This Ashley looks
abandon your
weird
body.
aside from the outfit.
Pizza girl. She's lost no matter what.
Now that he
Oh,
has
God.
chosen death.
Small Washington.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Okay, that I guess that shot felt a little bit more like Ashley. I mean, the game's still... Oh, March 24th. It still seems cheesy in its own way. Maybe a little bit more serious.
Did you enjoy the Resident Evil showcase? Let's recap. First, Resident Evil Village Gold Edition launches on Friday, October 28th. If you already own Resident Evil Village, you could purchase the Winter's Expansion DLC separately. The Winter's Expansion includes 3 additional modes. The third-person mode, so you can enjoy the main game in a new perspective. The Powered Up, the Mercenaries Additional Orders, and the new story campaign, Shadows of Rose.
I mean, that I'd probably try.
Oh,
I'd want to see if it's
a
any
demo
good
for
first.
The third-person mode will be available today. Don't forget, the early access period for Resident Evil ReVerse begins October 24th for all owners of Village. Resident Evil Village Cloud, playable on Nintendo Switch via a cloud
It's just a
service,
recap.
will be available starting October 28th. Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, and Resident Evil 7 are also coming to Nintendo Switch via cloud at a later date. Also, the Mac version of Resident Evil Village will be released on October 28th.
Well, chat,
Entry in the series, Resident Evil 4,
I have a
will
couple
release on
things to
Friday,
say.
March 24th, 2023, and you can pre-order it
I'm very
today.
particular about Resident Evil 4.
Look forward to it. Thank you very much for
But
watching.
I'm also willing to give a new...
Like you've had your fill.
They're doing a thing. I'm willing to give it a try from a new kind of perspective.
Oh, I'm afraid I have an appointment I must attend to. Just a bit of bartering with another merchant. An odd chap, but his information's good. And I shouldn't say any more.
The bingo line is in. That's good. Thank God for that, otherwise the game would have been 0 out of 10.
To prepare a suitably satisfying stock of goods.
Yeah, I'm interested. I think it looked good visually. Shadow the Hedgehog, what? Visually, I thought it looked fantastic.
Potential for an interesting story. So the setting this time is the realm of
Yeah, visually it looks really good. The environments are obviously amazing. This engine continues to like astound me, and the fact that it's on PS4 and previous gen stuff is also kind of mind-blowing. I think the gameplay looks fun. It's going to play a little bit differently because it's not the same exact thing, but I keep citing Final Fantasy VII Remake as an example, and it's not everyone's favorite example, but that game, it took like 30 years to make, but it really was just kind of seeing Final Fantasy VII from a different viewpoint, and the gameplay was different, but it still had its roots in the RPG, like JRPG stuff. At least for me, it worked. Forget about the plot ghosts, forget about some of the story stuff. I know they did some dumb shit in there too, for sure. Not a perfect game, but I liked seeing Midgar from that perspective. I liked seeing the new fleshed out characters. I liked seeing the story. You know, it's not a replacement for 7. I could always go back and play that. So yes, Capcom wants more of our money, and if they earn it, they earn it. And Resident Evil 4 was, to me, the game that least needed a remake because of that, especially the HD mod that people did, because that was incredible. And it still plays really well. The game sounds great. I think that game will always have a place for, you know, gamers. It will always be there. However, Capcom said, hey, we'll remake it. And I was like, nah, you don't need to. However, this presentation definitely won me over. It's just we're hitting a point where if you want to remake a game that was really, let's say, stopped by technology from reaching the next level, that's fine. I'm all for that. Like, if you want to remake Final Fantasy VII, I understand. Final Fantasy IX, please update that maybe. I'm down for that too. But, you know, Resident Evil 1, when it got its remake, it was just the same type of gameplay. And that's cool because that's what that game is. Then Resident Evil 2 comes along and it's completely different. Behind the shoulder, the police station's a little different, the story's told a little differently, but it retains the spirit of the original. I know some people didn't love it. I know there are purists, but for someone like me, I thought it was incredible. I'm more of a Resident Evil 4 fan than I was Resident Evil 2. I had only ever played Resident Evil 2 a little bit here and there, so the remake was perfect for me. So I'll be able to spot more differences with this, but I'm also open to some differences because I also don't need to spend $60 and get the same game with a texture pack upgrade. Some games, maybe, but this one, if they're going to reimagine it, new areas, new spoops, new weapons, new enemy types, new enemy moves, new cheesy lines from Leon. Okay, well, it's like an alternate universe version, but with better graphics. And that's fine by me. But it's just got to be good. And I like what I saw. I definitely like what I saw. And that's the problem is someone in chat called out, is this series just becoming like remakes and that's it? I mean, we're still getting new Resident Evil stuff and they're still trying to do multiplayer. So it's still like an ongoing series, but there's been so many remakes. I just don't know, like, are they going to remake Resident Evil 5 next? Because that wasn't as widely well received. Or are they going to remake Resident Evil 6? Because believe it or not, that's one of the top selling games in the franchise. So are we going to get a Resident Evil 6 remake? I don't have the answers for this. But as long as they're putting their A-team on it, Resident Evil 3 remake was not their A-team, and it showed. It was okay. But Resident Evil 2 won me over, and I loved it. And I played through it twice. So let's hope 4 reaches a similar level of quality. I know the bingo line is in. I like that Leon made a little quip. It looks like it's an overall like darker experience and maybe a little more serious in some respects. But it doesn't mean it can't still have that corny, like goofy tone. So yeah, I'm excited. It didn't disappoint me. It didn't shit in my punch. And I'm going to say that I'm more excited for this than I am the Silent Hill stuff. The thing I didn't like the most was the merchant's voice. I mean, the original voice actor of Leon did the merchant's voice. So that jacket is massive, though. Come on. You know what? It looks like they increased. You're right. I didn't even consider that. Leon's jacket is actually, it looks like a bigger jacket than in the original. Like, did Leon shrink, or did they make the jacket like a size too big? Oh, man. It's the beta jacket. Well, I'll tell you what. I enjoyed, and I'm looking forward to it, and I will play it. I will play it. If only because I love Resident Evil 4 so much, and I can show the stream the differences and find out for myself. And also because that video preview looked good enough that it gave me hope that it will be good. So I'm probably 90% gonna play it, unless it comes out and people are like, bro, avoid this. Like, in mass. Otherwise, I think that's something that I'm gonna pick up. Hopium, correct. It gave me hope, unlike the Silent Hill 2 trailer. Okay, one more thing I want to mention about these remakes. We get used to the characters looking a certain way, but it was also the PS2 and GameCube era, and faces were done a little more, let's say, simply. I like the way Leon looks, and I like the way James looks, but I get why they're trying to, like, ultra-realisticize their faces. I feel like James's face, the more I look at it, the more I review the Silent Hill 2 remake stuff, the less I like that choice. And I feel like it just doesn't look right. It's a weird, uncanny look that they kind of tried to make him look more realistic, but he ends up looking like Lemmy just getting out of bed. And yet, I guess you just kind of accept it after some time. I feel like this version of Leon is at least in line with the Leon we know from Resident Evil 2 Remake, and it's close enough, but I'm just still so used to Leon's face from Resident Evil 4, the original. I like it. It's kind of difficult to accept that it's going to be different voice. But, you know, that's just kind of how it goes. It's been almost, 15 years or so. So, you know, it would have been nice to get the old voice actor back, though. This Leon looks more babby. Correct. James is supposed to look bland on purpose. Yeah, I don't think James is supposed to look like a superhero. Hang on. I want to show you. Yeah, like James is definitely not supposed to look like this. Remember this? This is Rob Liefeld that made this. No, James is not supposed to look like this, but I don't know how I like the face anyway. Like, it's just a strange looking face on that man. I don't really know how to explain it other than that. So, yes, he's supposed to look very plain. He's just a dude. He uses a pipe. He's not an action hero. Hell, Leon became kind of an action hero, but he was just like on his first day on the force in Resident Evil 2, and then he becomes Action Man. But in Silent Hill 2, the whole idea is that this dude is just hopeless. So I get why they made him schlub, but it's just a strange face. That's all I'm trying to say. But this dude's got a fucking cock that he just uses to, like, destroy his enemies. I don't know who this guy is, but I'm glad we didn't get this guy. So thank God for that. All right, well, that was the Resident Evil showcase. I'll play it. I'll play the DLC probably as well. I don't know when, but okay, thank you. We're going to play this thing now. Will you watch the Final Fantasy 16 trailer? No, not tonight. I'll watch it on my own and talk about it at some point. Sorry. Square's kind of lost me quite a bit. So we'll have to, I have to just be in the right mood to, I'm not that interested in Final Fantasy anymore. Live Alive was cool, but remember, they took down parts of my videos, and, you know. They fucked up Chocobo Racing. I could go on and on. Don't like Final Fantasy MMOs. You know what I mean? Like, in 15 didn't really do anything for me, so I'll watch it at some point. Weren't you talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake as a positive? Yes, that is definitely a positive. That is, it's Square is hit or miss, but I haven't played a Final Fantasy game aside from that remake in years. So I'll watch it. I have to warm up to the concept of a new Final Fantasy. I apologize if it seems like I'm being a hypocrite to avoid watching this trailer, but I think I'll just watch it on my own time and talk about it another time. I hope that's okay, chat. Is that acceptable? All right.